Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 737 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda, and I am, of course, joined today on this glorious Tuesday by Chris DeBona.
Good evening.
And Rob Roseboom.
It's me.
And
Baby
also,
Rob.
it's morning, not evening, Chris.
Good evening.
Good evening. Well, let's see.
Well, I mean, maybe in your orbit.
That's true.
Mine.
That's true.
It's quite evening-y.
Or on the new Soviet International Space Station that they're totally definitely going to build.
Let me totally share that picture. Oh, I already am.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, cool.
They've got a lot of extra money laying around right now.
Right.
Nothing's going on over there, so
Yeah.
They're fine. So yeah, the story is that they're going to launch their new space station in a couple of years because they are totally not going to be a part of the International Space Station anymore.
Yeah.
And there's
But then
nothing.
they are, but then they're not.
There's
But then
nothing
they
on
are,
the schedule. Like they have nothing on the schedule as far as launches for this going. So
Yeah.
this is definitely going to happen.
Super gonna happen.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, the thing about the Russians is they do launch a lot of crap.
They do.
So it's not like they're unable to launch things. I mean,
Like,
they
remember
want
that
to,
time that they launched that
this is
module?
expensive.
Remember the time they launched that module that they had built in the 90s and then it caused the space station to almost crash? I mean, they're putting stuff up all the time.
Listen, they're really just concerned with the environment. You have to reduce, reuse, recycle.
Sure.
Right? Why do you hate Mother Earth? I'm sorry, Rodina Earth.
Rodina?
The Rodina, the mother, right? That's Russian for
Is that Russian? I don't know. I don't know Russian.
The Rodina, the motherland.
Indeed. I don't know. Like, I feel like for the next couple of years, stories about if Russia's going to be in or out of the space station is going to be like
It's leaving the solar system.
The new Voyager leaving the solar system. Yeah. That's a fun one. Yay. I actually haven't watched the Rick and Morty season 6 trailer yet.
I haven't. I would have to watch seasons 1 through 5.
Oh, well.
I'm not caught up.
That's fine. We've actually, in my house, been rewatching Rick and Morty because my youngest...
Is it good?
My youngest is into
I know
it.
That's a ridiculous question.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous question.
It's like, because I saw a couple of early Community episodes and they were really good. But then I saw one from some of the later seasons. I'm like, I don't know that I'm bought into Dan Harmon on the long term.
if there was one season or one episode for you to try first, it would be the one where they have the how a plumbus is made.
Yeah.
Parody. One of the gags is that they have sort of like a dimensional cable show and has different shows from different dimensions. And one of them is a how's it made thing about a item called a plumbus that you don't know what it is. It just happens to show up in a bunch of different episodes. But knowing how much you like how's it made,
I love how it's made.
you would love that episode.
Literally, it's my Ambien. It's how I go to sleep. Like if I need to take a nap on a plane and adjust my clock, I'm watching a tire making video.
I am almost through the entire show again since summer started, just because my kid wants to watch it. And I got to tell you, man, like half of those episodes are really good. They don't all hit, but when they hit, they
I mean, that's a pretty good ratio for TV.
And they hit in the same way a lot of times as Community does, which is they often take a trope and run with it like really far. And that's like my favorite thing, from Community and from Rick and Morty, is like the episode we watched last night is it's basically a parody of Voltron. But after they form Voltron with the family, then they go to another to 4 other dimensions to complete the Voltrons from 4 other dimensions, so they can form the Voltron of Voltrons, where 5 Voltrons that have formed from 5 lions form one giant Voltron. And then, of course, they have to go one step further and form the Voltron of Voltrons made of Voltrons. And then this all has each dimension then has the family, but a slightly different version of the family that they have to interact with. It's great.
Okay. If you think about it, Voltrons are like the hexagons of nested robots.
I would say Pentagon, given that there are 5 and not 6
I was just
robotic
watching
lens.
that Veritasium or CGP Gray hexagons of the Vestigons. It's a great. It's a really good. It's a really fun video just about shapes. So I'll find it and paste it in the channel.
Excellent. That is the way that things go.
It's really super fun.
So I don't know. I'm excited about Rick and Morty season 6, but at this point I'm more excited. It's like a lot of those things. I'm more excited about it for the opportunity to see it with my kids now than for my own benefit, because when your kids enjoy something, you lower your standards by a couple of notches. We've talked about this with Lower Decks. Lower Decks is not the greatest of Star Trek shows by any stretch of the imagination, but you know what? I'll watch it with my kid, and we'll have fun.
That's what matters.
With lowered expectations.
Lowered expectations.
I see what you did there. So clever. You reminded me that I have that button. So the next one that we have on the list is Starlink got hacked. And
well, the base station doesn't look like they used it to go further into the orbiters, so that's good.
No, not the satellites. They rooted the station so they can get around into it. And I don't know that this article actually said that they were like able to get packets in and out, like that. Like, could they circumvent paying for it or whatever? But they did. It was like a BIOS level hack. So they might not be getting that fixed anytime soon.
Yeah, they exposed the chip, and they basically tagged into the bootloader or something. So
there's actually been a number of interesting Starlink related stories lately. They lost their government grant for rural.
Yeah, that was like for like a little neighborhood. They still have grants.
The story that I read said it was like $900 million.
Oh, that's actually real money.
Yeah. And then there's been another one about how, because obviously the number of satellites in orbit above you at any given position, there's only so many satellites above you at any given point, and that sort of defines how much bandwidth is available to an area. Because people are now buying the satellite dishes, but they're registering them in other areas where they can buy them, and then they're moving them to the places where they live. So like San Francisco is saturated because people are buying them, registering them in other areas, and then bringing them back to the Bay Area. And so when the satellites go overhead now, they don't have enough bandwidth for those cities.
That is such a San Francisco thing to
right?
Do. They're like, hey, listen, we know we're abusing a service, but it's for me. It's for me, Rob. And baby Rob. It's not, I understand you really would like to have this shared resource, but have you thought about me?
I
mean, let's not forget about me in this conversation.
That's kind of the California.
It can be that way sometimes in the Bay Area.
Sometimes
as a Bay Area expatriate.
Still kind of on the fence about Starlink, about whether or not I should.
How long's the contract?
It's probably a couple of years. Now, honestly, I would probably do it given the quality of your internet connection, Rob.
Yeah,
I would only say midstream. I don't want you losing out on vitally important hanging out time with us.
You, of everybody we know, though, goes through so much hassle. Like you still have multiple cell phones with data plans that you hop back and forth.
Yeah, because that's the cheapest way to get.
Probably,
Yeah. Since the pandemic, they stopped all unlimited service in my area. I can get unlimited service in name only, and then they throttle you down after like 100 gigs or whatever. But since I'm, downloading and sending so much video every day and stuff like that, I chew through that in a hurry.
I would think that your employer might reimburse you for Starlink.
Well, I'll ask him.
I heard he's a dick.
Yeah, super dick. I mean, not Elon Musk side.
Not Elon Musk level.
Definitely. So, but there's also now supposedly Verizon has opened up back unlimited without any issues. I just heard that last week, so I have to do a little more investigation. So my internet woes might be fixed without.
They're feeling the heat from Elon. That's why.
Yeah, without Elon's intervention.
Yeah, well,
the hand of Elon.
We'll stay.
It's the invisible hand of Elon.
He wants that hand to be visible. He wants you to know.
Oh,
So
he wants you to know about all of his body parts.
yeah. Oh no, he'll tweet about it. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. The next one is a lot. Adam Neuman, the WeWork. I don't know what you'd call him. Like, there's a lot of mean. There's a lot of mean words.
Oh, I was gonna say visionary.
Visionary.
Subject of many documentary films. In fact, of which we've probably all seen several. He's getting more money.
Yeah,
of course he is.
$350 million from Andreeson Horowitz, which makes me think, wow, Andreeson Horowitz, really?
Yeah.
Come on. I know a bunch of people there, and I actually like them quite a bit. But I'm like, what is this? Does Adam have naked pictures of some of these people?
I was just gonna say, well, you don't know what he has in his folder marked top secret.
Right.
He's such a weird.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's like, listen, we're just going to bring the magic of the timeshare market, Big Bob style, to the housing market. It'll be great. And it's like, is hot sleeping something that people have been begging for? It's like, but.
Yeah. The new thing is called Flow.
Flow, baby.
Oh,
Not to be confused with Flow Carbon, which was his previous attempt at a cryptocurrency for carbon offset.
Really?
Yikes.
Yes.
Oh,
him.
Man. Oh, man.
That jerky bye.
So does it say what this new project is exactly?
Literally, he's going to do for housing what he did for office space.
Which is bankrupt himself and cost his investors $1 billion?
I'm thinking, so here's the thing. WeWork was rental office space.
Yeah.
Dressed up in highfalutin words and book learning, right?
and the power of the community.
And very sketchy loan quota incentives. So if he's going to do for single room occupancy hotels that rent by the hour that he did for office space, I think we know what to expect.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be basically like, okay, so we're going to have quick turn homes. So if you need a home for a week, say, and he's going to try to do this without saying he's trying to compete with hotels or Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah.
Because it's sort of like, how Uber is basically the TV show Taxi, and they didn't want you to think of them as being Danny DeVito. He just doesn't want to be thought of as that guy in all those action movies at the SRO behind the security glass, and people are like, I don't know, can I pay cash? He's like, I only take cash. He's that guy, right?
So, I mean, if
nothing
nothing less,
to unpack.
If nothing less, it's going to be interesting.
I don't know. If I were one of the investors in that particular fund, I would be calling Andreeson Horowitz saying, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be in your fund. What the hell you think?
From my perspective, I feel like, well, I mean, he made out pretty well for himself, right? Like, didn't he get an exit?
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, guys like this wish take care of themselves first.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe they're looking at it like, hey, he got an exit even when things were...
Yeah, but SoftBank didn't. SoftBank got boned. Everyone who invested in their pre-IPO $47 billion valuation round got boned. Current market cap of WeWork is $4 billion. So they're all at 1/10 of their invested capital. No one made out except for Neuman. Oh, and his wife, because remember they had a bunch of brand extensions. We Yoga, We Childcare.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't give your children to these people. What are you thinking?
It's just wild. But maybe the lesson here is one of forgiveness.
It's a cult. It's a cult.
No, it's about forgiveness.
Redemption.
Yeah.
I want them to start a food delivery service called We Chew.
We Chew. You laugh, but remember when they instituted that all the WeWorks were going vegetarian? Like, I mean, there's like they're like purple flags and Nikes away from just going a little too far. Is what I'm saying.
You're not wrong. This one boggles my mind, but I guess. You know what?
Like,
I know some people. I know some people who screwed up pretty bad, and people who I would think are bad people, and I don't use that that phrase lightly.
Yeah.
And I've seen them fail and then get rewarded epically for it.
Sure.
Rob might even remember one of the people that I'm thinking of specifically. Extraordinary
Are you
failure.
talking about Adolf Hitler?
No.
Well, we didn't have very many direct dealings with him.
No.
We didn't use our time machine for that purpose. Just
no, we used it for more useful things. Yeah. Vacations and stuff. Well, let's see. The John Wick prequel miniseries is moving to Peacock.
Peacock Plus?
Have they announced any casting?
Is Peacock part of a larger network?
It's
like
NBC.
Discovery, Apple Plus, NBC?
Yeah, it's Blumper.
Is it Blumpify? Blumper Mobile?
It's Blumper.
Yeah.
Blumper Go.
Blumper Go.
Or no, Blumper Next.
Ooh.
Blumper Next. Blunker NG.
Blumper Max?
Yeah. Blumper Max.
Blumper Go. Go Blumper.
Go Blumper. Yeah. Well, I already got Blumpified on that. I'm not buying any more Blumpy related domains, just for the record. Okay.
That's your limit?
That's my limit.
One
but
Blumper.
The thing is, I thought the Continental was kind of cool in the John Wick movies. I like the idea of
the idea.
Sure.
A wacky hotel with but you can only pay in gold. I mean, that's expensive.
Yeah.
That's like $2,000. What's an ounce of gold going for now?
They actually made sort of a rip-off movie with it, about it, with Batista. Can't remember what it was called.
Oh, yeah. And what's
the
her
name?
One? It was good. Jodie Foster.
The nurse thing, yeah.
Yep.
That was actually really pretty art. Well,
it was one of those movies that was almost awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like the idea was super cool.
Better. Yeah. Well, that's the thing about the Continental. And all parts of John Wick, there's little gems in
the John Wick.
It's like in Kill Bill when they're on the plane with the holsters for their swords. I'm like, how did the world become the sword in the first class holster? I want to see the FAA meetings. I want to see the certification for the 737 holster edition.
Well, they're like, your sword is under 32 inches, so you can bring it.
Exactly. Yeah. It has to be peace bonded, though. At a science fiction convention.
Is the guy who played Swearingen, is he the host of the Continental in those movies? I'm trying to remember who that.
That's a good question.
Or is it a different guy? I can't remember. I got Deadwood in my brain.
No, so Swearingen was the bar guy.
Yeah.
The operator guy. The guy who ran the hotel, he's the African American actor.
No,
he's in everything.
I gotta look him up now. Al Swearingen. He's played by
Ian McShane.
Yeah. But was he in the John Wick movies? I was trying to remember.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was trying to remember if that was him.
But he's not in the prequel. Someone is playing him in the prequel.
That's probably fair.
The hotel is run by a generous man named Winston.
They should just put his head on a younger person's body, like in What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
Oh,
Colin Robinson.
Colin Robinson.
Yeah.
The creature that emerged from the body of Colin Robinson.
From the abdomen of Colin Robinson. I can't do her accent. She's so damn funny, though. I love that show.
Yeah, that show is.
Have you been watching the new season?
Yeah, that might be my favorite thing that's got new episodes right now. Though Harley Quinn's been pretty fun lately too.
It's funny. Harley Quinn is actually. It sounds like the larger word Harlequin. I don't know if you knew that.
That's like a fun fact.
Fun fact. I wonder
if that's on purpose or not.
Easter egg.
Yeah, an Easter egg. So, DEF CON hacker got Doom running on an old Windows CE installation on a John Deere tractor.
Yeah.
Mow down your enemies. I get that joke. That's a good joke. Yeah.
You know what's funny is that isn't John Deere one of those people who keeps getting in trouble for locking down their tractors?
They also during this whole thing unlocked one to show how you could change things on it and fix it yourself.
There you go.
I mean, this story really has both of my favorite things, which is putting Doom on stupid hardware, but also sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man. I like that.
It's amazing. It's amazing how efficient the Mancubus is at harvesting corn.
Well, he's made from corn.
Right.
So I don't want to lose this thought. So I got a Dolly account, and I've been messing with Mid-Journey. I don't know if you noticed the AI art channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I typed in Doom running on a John Deere tractor.
How long has it taken to generate these now?
Here you go.
Well,
I'm
this
sure
is
it's all
exciting.
John Oliver memes.
Yeah,
Look,
right.
It's going to the right. So.
Yeah, the John Oliver thing was actually really funny this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's actually not very impressive.
No, there's very little Doom. You know, it didn't register Doom as the video game.
Yeah, it's true. Let me. How
about a John Deere tractor firing a BFG 9000?
Doom running on a John Deere tractor. Okay, I'm doing it in Mid-Journey because Mid-Journey is inside Discord, in case you're wondering. So I'll let it. It's rendering pretty slowly because I don't pay for my Mid-Journey account. I should use Ryan's because he pays for his. But.
I gotta tell you, man, these the Dolly things are getting better. Yeah. I think we're a few years away from seeing something pretty cool come out of all that.
Let's do Rob all the eating candy.
I tried our names on one of these earlier, but
on Mid-Journey.
I don't think I tried it on Mid-Journey. I tried it on one of the other Dolly things a few weeks ago, and they actually were explicitly filtering out non-famous people. So you couldn't like basically deep fake normal people. So, you could do celebrities.
So you're an otter? I guess so.
I'm a Commander
I'm
Taco.
Gonna try Commander Taco. Let's see. I bet it shows a taco. Anyway, so here's the Mid-Journey John Deere.
Oh,
Doom running on a John Deere tractor.
That's kind of awesome. But
it's
all it did,
awesome. But it really it took like here's some Doomy stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think that it's necessarily even Doom the
Doom
game.
Riding.
It's just like the notion of Doom.
Yeah, and tractor.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, but just as a visual, those are cool, and those are compositionally.
Oh, yeah, we're having a good time with it.
They're compositionally more interesting than a lot of the earlier Dolly stuff.
Oh, this is weird.
Wow.
That doesn't make any sense. Maybe I thought you were Spanish. Let's just say Commander Taco.
Right. I don't think it knows me.
We can keep talking about other stories.
I think that's okay. Well, we have 2 left on the list now. I gotta.
Well, I also have a discussion topic queued up.
Oh, a discussion topic.
Oh, yeah, very exciting. But we can talk about.
Well, we have well, I just put up your hexagons are the bestagons, and then you're not without my dolphin, and the Russia space station was the last one.
Okay.
I had just Sandman. Where are we at with Sandman?
Oh, we finished 24/7, which was a little nerfed in my opinion, but it kind of had to be.
I could see that
on television or Netflix. They didn't want another press cycle like for that kid cheerleader thing. I don't know. They had something. And if they had filmed it, or I'm remembering it with the mind of a 15 or 14-year-old.
Well, that's kind of what I was wondering because I haven't read those stories in 20 years. But
I remember more cannibalism.
I'm not quite done with the season yet, but I'll say the show gets better as the season goes on because the last like 4 episodes are kind of more like they're more of a story like coming together. The first few episodes are just like we're going to introduce you to a bunch of places and people, but the story is not quite there. And even 24/7 is still like kind of a standalone story. And then after that, they start developing the Corinthians storyline, and I'm enjoying that part a lot more than the first half.
Haven't even started it yet.
I'll tell you my main problem with it is it doesn't look right, and I don't mean like you know how old BBC shows like look like they're shot in the wrong frame rate because they converted the PAL to the NTSC.
PAL to NTSC.
It kind of looks like that. But it's weird. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. Like the colors are sometimes too vibrant. The frame rate seems a little crisp. I don't know. There's something technical about it that I can't articulate. where it just doesn't look expensive. It looks sometimes cheap, even though my understanding is that it had a really big budget for a modern show.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think we watched anything else interesting here lately.
Okay.
The season finale or the series finale of Better Call Saul came out last night. So
Yeah,
spoilers.
haven't seen it yet.
No,
I'm watching it tonight with Christine,
that's probably this afternoon for me. Get done with you guys and go find out what's going to happen to Saul.
I watched his little farewell speech on Twitter this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Not even gonna watch that.
That's it.
Nope.
It's spoiler free.
There's no such thing as spoiler free if you're observant enough.
Oh,
baby
yeah.
Rob.
Yeah, maybe he did have a tell in his eye that I missed.
Yeah. He's coming back zombie. Next season, The Walking Dead is returning with Saul Goodman. All right, maybe not. Do we have anything else on our list today, gentlemen?
I was just going to mention, did you all watch the completely forgettable and yet somehow endearing Day Shift on Netflix?
No.
I have not yet. It's queued up, though.
Is it watchable?
It's on the watchable side of watchable or not watchable.
Okay.
Did you watch the one he did where he got superpowers?
Jamie Foxx or yeah.
There was like
it
a
was,
chemical you could take.
It was
called.
stupid though, because some people had temporary power, some people had long-term
Some
power.
people exploded.
His long some people exploded when they took it. The power or something. It had the word power project, something like that.
Yeah.
The thing that was funny about that is Jamie Foxx's big power was the snapping shrimp power. Like, there's a species of shrimp that can snap its fingers and send off sonic blasts. And
mantis shrimp.
The mantis shrimp. It's kind of the stupidest power ever introduced. And of course it's sonic blast, right? But
sure.
But the way they talk about it, I'm like, I can picture being in the writer's room and you're talking about this. Oh, that sounds really cool. But they're like this big, right? You're talking about an animal so small that
scale it up.
I get you want to scale it up, but also we're talking about a shrimp.
Scale it up.
It's not even a crayfish, So it's like, this is kind of the lamest production of a superpower in a long time, is what I'm saying. Anyway, it was okay. It had Joseph Gordon-Levitt and other people in it. I think it was all shot in like downtown Atlanta or some shit like that. Yeah, but this one is like, it's almost like people are like, hey, so we can't leave Los Angeles because of the pandemic. And Snoop Dogg, we were all getting high, and he wants to like be in a vampire movie. Let's do a vampire movie and have Snoop Dogg, in the show. Yeah. And someone at Netflix was probably at the same party, smoking the same pot, going, "That's a great idea. Let's do it." And so they came up with this thing. And Dave Franco is you're like, what are you doing in this movie? It's just like, it's such a weird. He just plays Dave Franco, of course, but like he even manages to get into one of those shawls that the Franco brothers seem to have 16 closets full
Franco
of.
shawl?
A Franco shawl. And like Snoop Dogg is just Snoop Dogg, and Jamie Foxx is he's a blue collar father, recently divorced or separated from, and he just wants to make enough money so his kid can get braces. And I'm like, this is a ridiculous movie. It's not great. The action is pretty fun though. And it's like they I guess like Cirque du Soleil was, they couldn't do their performances. So they're like, hey, let's get Cirque du Soleil to do a bunch of contortionist vampires so that when we kill them, they're always like in a weird position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a vampire movie?
Oh, yeah, he's a vampire hunter.
He's a vampire hunter.
Cool.
On the day shift.
So is there a scene where they ask Snoop if he wants to hunt vampires and he says for shizzle?
He has the voice. I don't remember if he actually said shizzle. But he's very Snoop Dogg. But he's Snoop Dogg with one of those like mini guns, basically. He's got a mini gun.
All right.
And the bullets are like silver tipped with wooden it doesn't make any sense.
I was thinking he was smoking garlic laced weed.
Oh no, there's so much weed. So much weed in the movie, but yeah.
I'm going to see How Did This Get Made in Detroit tomorrow.
Oh, you're gonna go to that. That's exciting.
Yeah, but that means that I have to watch a movie. Oh God, what is it called? The Oogie. It's called The Oogie Loves in the Big Balloon Adventure.
What?
And so I have about 30 hours to watch this movie, and it does not look good.
Rescheduled date.
Oh my God, it had a $20 million budget.
No. Original show date on 8/17/22 is being rescheduled.
Oh, are they rescheduling?
They're rescheduling.
Ah, they got the vid.
Yeah, someone got the vid. Yeah, the Oogie Loves and the Big Balloon Adventure. There you go. See, sorry, bud.
Reschedule.
You are not going.
All three. All right, then my week is changing. I don't have to watch Oogie Loves.
But maybe it'll be Marbin time.
No, that's rescheduled too.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a bummer. Now my week is ruined.
Designed to kill. What's designed to kill?
All right, folks, let's say goodbye to the internet. Then we can have special private time together.
Goodbye, internet.
Goodbye, internet. Goodbye, Rob Roseboom.
See ya.
Goodbye, Chris DeBona.
Uh-huh.
That was Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Taco Maldo. We'll see you Friday. Bye.